So from 2012 to 2022, I was a TaylorMade staff player on tour and with my content. But this year, I entered into the land of free agency. I made a what's in the bag video at the start of the year before I really started changing things up. But here we are, the end of 2023, and my golf bag is drastically different than it was at the start of this year, and we're gonna dive into it. I'm still using a Stealth 2 Plus driver with a Ventus black shaft. I tested a couple other drivers this year. I tested quite a few shafts, but there's nothing that outperformed this driver. I love it, and I'm excited for what next year's offering from TaylorMade brings, because even though I'm a free agent, I have a hard time parting from the best drivers in the game. My 3-wood is a Stealth 2 15 degree bump down to 14.5 degrees. Graphite Design Tour AD IZ7 X-Flex shaft. Again, I've tested some 3-woods this year and I've pitted them head to head with this thing. This thing was the first 3-wood that replaced my 2017 M2 Tour 3-wood. This 3-wood, I have a hard time imagining something will replace it next year because I freaking love it. So that's the top of the bag, driver 3-wood. We're still TaylorMade. Then my utility. If you watched, I did a video about the Callaway Apex UT and UW, and they basically will live in my bag, interchanging depending on the type of golf course I would be playing, the conditions I would be playing. The UW just gives me more height, so if it's a golf course where I have longer shots into par 5s, where I want to get that up in the air, the UW will be in the bag. But if it's like firm, fast, middle of summer, maybe it's a narrower golf course, the UT will be in the bag. It's 20 degree head, but it's bumped down to 19. This has the Tensai AV series hybrid 85 gram shaft, and this is basically the same thing in the UW, 19 degrees as well. So before we get into the irons, let's talk about the putter, the magic wand. I've been using this copper SpiderX since 2019. I don't know how I could ever imagine replacing this putter. It's got to be pretty dang special for me to replace this. I finally replaced the grip on it this year. It still had the original grip from 2019. Pretty dope little TaylorMade Canada maple leaf head cover to remind me of the motherland. Yeah, nothing's changed here, and I don't anticipate anything changing here for a long time. This was a big thing because, again, I've been playing TaylorMade irons, every iteration of them since 2012. I love the look of them. I love the feel of them. So to replace those irons, I think it was a big swing. It was a big jump. But Takomo sent me irons this year. They sent me everything for videos. And these irons, I mean, if you can watch that video, they perform so stinking well. It's the same shaft I've always used, KBS Tour 130X. The numbers are perfect. They're longer than my P7 MBs were. I didn't get a combo set. I have a 4 through pitching wedge of the 301 MB. They're just gorgeous irons. They look great at address. They feel great. They perform really well. I'm still searching for a hole-in-one, so maybe it happens with these irons. Can't say enough good things about these golf clubs, and I mean the price, woo! The price is fantastic. Really, really happy with everything Takomo is doing, and these ones earned a spot in the bag. I hit a few other ones, tested a few other ones, not on camera or anything, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked to keep these in the bag for the foreseeable future. This one has been kind of the hardest thing for me. I've rotated through a lot of wedges this year trying to find the best one for me. And I'm almost getting paralysis analysis because as I've transitioned to more testing and review content, taking it off the golf course and kind of into the studio, I've tested a lot of wedges. I really enjoy testing wedges. I find there's a lot that's overlooked when a person puts a wedge in their bag, and I even become a victim of that. You just almost match your specs to your irons, or you just kind of keep getting what you've always used because it's what you've always used. Testing a bunch of heads and a bunch of different shafts, I found my favorite head, but it doesn't have my favorite shaft in it that I've tested this year. So I'm still in a searching and in a process of making these 100% the wedges in the bag, but these are the TaylorMade MG4s. I love TaylorMade wedges. I mean, I tested Callaway, I tested Cleveland, I've tested Takomo. These ones, I just prefer the look of them the most, the feel of them the most. Obviously, I have years of trust in a TaylorMade wedge, But the shaft that I put in this for the video, for the testing, is the Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100. And it's not the right shaft for me for wedges. I need to get the S300 or the shaft that comes specifically for the Cleveland wedges, the Dynamic Gold Tour Issue Spinner. That shaft, I could, man, the launch characteristics are so perfect for me, but the Cleveland head is really, really good, but it's just not as good to my eye or my preference as the MG4. Not a whole lot changed from the MG3, but they're just, I love these wedges, and it's gonna be hard for me to part with them. I'm gonna have to find something that is as gorgeous to look at, which would induce as much confidence to play with, but also perform as well as these have for me over the years. This shaft isn't the perfect shaft, but it still makes these wedges the best wedges for my bag to round out the 2023 season. This is the fun bits and barbs that come in a bag. I've got a Vessel white bag. It's dope. I love it. It's light. All the pockets are great. I have a iRange monopod that has all kinds of different adapters, so I can use it in here, but the magnet on this allows me to stick my phone or iPad to it if I'm filming or if I'm working with a launch monitor or practicing. Yeah, this thing's dope. And then I have alignment sticks. You can never not have alignment sticks with just like a dope Red Rooster cover on them. Keep a little Groove It brush here. This pocket is just my valuables pocket, and then, you know, gotta keep your golf gloves intact. So Red Rooster makes this, the glove compartment, just a great way to keep your gloves lasting a long time. I wear Red Rooster golf gloves because they're a really freaking good golf glove, and every glove you buy, they donate a glove to a kid, a junior golfer. It's awesome. Former PGA Tour player, former college golfer. They're actually friends of mine from Ottawa, so I gotta support my buddies, and the gloves, I've been wearing them for 2 years. I wouldn't wear them if they weren't great. Keep a little putting mirror in here, so when I do get time to practice, got to keep your, your fundamentals in check. We got 3 Max by Blue Tees. I mean, I did a video about it, comparing it with a Bushnell. It's just as good, maybe a little bit of percent off in slope, but it's a great rangefinder and great magnet, good, it gives me everything I need. And if I happen to lose it, it's not a crazy expensive thing to replace. So yeah, all of this will be linked below. Some of these are partners of mine and there's discounts. They're hooking you up, you're helping the channel out, but that's my rangefinder. What golf ball do I use? I use the Encore Vero X2. Rollback's coming. Rollback's coming. This is gonna be fun over the years, but I tested the XP prototype. I think it's gonna replace this as I get more stock of it. But the Vero X2, love this golf ball. Switched late in 2022, used it all year. Tees, have a little yardage book holder, which I don't really use anymore. Keep a wrench for the driver. And then in here is just kind of hydration packs from 4, a little bit of sunscreen, my valuables pouch, coins, and pitchforks. I always like to mark my ball with coins from Bermuda. I've just always had great fun there over the years, playing the World Par 3 in the old Bermuda Open, which is now the Butterfield. Yeah, so that's kind of what's in the bag. Just randomly keep a towel on it. So I hope you enjoyed this process with me this year as I change clubs in my bag. And I think 2024, maybe the putter is going to be the only thing that's the same when we do this again. So we'll see you then. Peace.